Welcome to circuit number 12 in my SparkFun Inventors Kit series here. So, in this circuit today we are spinning this motor here. So as you can see, it looks real easy to hook up. This thing will spin around, but we don't have any cool wheels or gadgets or anything attached to this, so it's not too exciting. It's just going to spin around. But the circuit itself is kind of interesting. We've got these wires here, our 330 ohm resistor, and then these two guys. So what we have is a transistor. This allows us to give some voltage to the motor here, because normally the red board only outputs a small amount, 5 volts or whatever is one of the plugs there, and then I think 3.3 is the other one. This guy needs a bit more, so I think this transistor can do 40 volts maximum, so yeah, we can get some good power into our motor there. But a problem is when the motor shuts off, it can create a voltage spike that'll damage that transistor. So we prevent that with this little guy right here. This is a diode. So it directs the spike around the transistor so it doesn't get damaged. Now, so that makes the circuit kind of interesting in itself, just in design. One thing to watch out for here, I showed you in one of my previous videos, this transistor looks exactly like the temperature sensor. Just look at the face of the flat side of the transistor here, and you should see some letters and numbers like P2, N2, something like that. Yeah, so just be sure you're putting in the right one, and of course make sure it's facing the right way. So I'm going to build this circuit and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so I finished hooking it up. The whole process was extremely simple, just plugging in where it's supposed to be. Nothing gave me any problems. Motor's ready to go and spin around, so why don't we plug it in like so, and I will load up the program in the IDE and let's watch it spin. Okay, I've got the program loaded up, circuit 12 of our examples ready to go. So let's take a quick look at this here. It shouldn't be too difficult. We're setting our constant. We're on pin number 9 for our motor control. So we use that in our output. And then we're going to use some serial monitor. If you remember from one of our previous circuits, that's this guy up here. We're going to use that to control some of the motor functions. But first here in our loop, so basically you can see there are a bunch of functions called here. Some of them are commented out. So you can try out the different ones. So first, this one here, motor on then off. Title should tell you what it does here. Basically, we've got on time, off time. You can change the times if you want, but we're gonna set it on, then delay, and then off, and delay. So pretty easy, just turns on then off, spin, not spin. And then we have motor on and then off with speed. So we can do the same thing, turn it on and off, but having these speed values allows us to set the speed. As you can see here, we had high and low, so basically max and off. And here we can set in between speeds, or we can still change it to max and off if we want. All right, then we have motor acceleration. So as you can see, right here, we're starting from speed 0. We're going to the max speed. And we're just going to loop through. It's going to get faster and faster and faster. When it gets to the max, it does the opposite, from 255 down to 0, where it will stop. So it just keeps looping through that. Fast, 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 slow, slow, slow. And then the last one, we have serial speed. So this is where we're going to use the serial monitor that I mentioned. Basically, we're going to print out this message saying enter in a value between 0 and 255. And then it's going to loop around and spin it the whole time. So yeah, it's just going to check the values here, make sure it's between 0 and 255, then print out the message, and then spin the motor. So pretty basic stuff. So why don't we get started by first uploading this guy. Actually, you know what? We're gonna have to go through each of these modes, I think. So let's do motor on then off first. Okay. Let's upload that one and see how it looks. Okay, so our program's ready to go, but I haven't actually loaded anything up yet because I want to go through each one step by step. So the first function we have is on then off. So I'll load that up and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so you can see the motor spinning here. It's off now. It'll pause and then it'll start up again just like that and then stop again. So that's pretty simple. Just turns at max speed and then stops. Alright, so why don't we move on to the next one? That's on then off with speed. So it should go to a high speed and then to a lower speed. Okay, so we've got it on again here. And then, oh, our low speed, it's the motor's making this funny noise. I don't know if you can hear that on the camera there. But you might notice that some low speeds, especially down below 50-ish, the motor doesn't quite have enough torque to get going. So I will try and set a higher low speed, if that makes sense, to try and get this guy to do 2 speeds at once. So I'm going to try setting it to 100. Alright, so we've got this going. We're going to go up to 200 and then down to 100. Now this is definitely very hard to pick up on camera with how fast it's spinning, but if you hold the motor like I am, you can definitely feel the difference. So right now, high speed 200 and then low speed 100. And then back again right there. Okay, so that was alright. Now we're going to do with acceleration this time. So it's going to smoothly go all the way up to the max speed and down below again. And we might run into that torque problem again, so let's see what happens. Maybe I'll set the low speed again. Okay, yeah, so at the low speed it's making this noise and it's not spinning. There we go. Now it's going up to the max speed and back down and stopped. And now it's trying to go up again. I'll give it a little spin there, get it going. Yeah, definitely not enough torque to spin at those low speeds. So you can't get the most out of the motor maybe. Buy a nicer motor, you'll get better torque. Alright, so we're going to do the last one. We're going to do the serial speed. Okay, so we're ready to go. I've got the serial monitor open here. Hopefully I can put it on screen on the video so you can see it too. Alright, so we've got nothing going right now. I'm going to type in a number. Let's try 50. Okay, so like we said before with the other ones, 50 is not enough. Even if I give it a little spin, it still doesn't have enough torque to go. So why don't we try next one, 100. Okay, so I've put in 100. Wow, it still doesn't want to go. This time if I give it a spin, there it goes. Just needs a little extra oomph. Okay, now we're gonna set it to 150. And it's going a bit faster. There, okay. And then down, let's do 0, get it to stop. You can see that, and then we'll go up to 200. Boom, there we go. So that's it, we're all done with that one. So the motor, it works, you can set the values. Just remember, low torque, it's not very good at going at the low speeds there, but you know, get a nice motor if you're planning on doing anything that needs a lot of torque. Okay, see you next time.